space. Well, not really. Take two. Here, in the Mitten State. Welcome to Code 47, bringing you all things Star Trek. Spanning the quadrants, the best thing since the neutral zone.
All right, we are back. Welcome to the Code 47 podcast on the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network. This is episode 34, and we are starting. We got a couple of firsts or new things, as it were. First of all, I got both Rich and Erin with me this week. Guys, shout out.
Hi. Kopla.
Whoa. We just had a Joey Lawrence moment in the pre-roll, so yeah. that may continue to come up. So, no, the three of us had a conversation, and we have an interest going forward with whenever possible.
It's a menage a trois.
That will menage a trois, that the three of us will be on together. So it's not always going to be possible. There's always going to be a little give here and there, but we're going to try to do it because there are a lot of podcasts I listen to that there's three people on it. I think that it has a great dynamic. So that's bit of news number one. Bit of news number two, which I'll catch it on the other end of the bumper, is that we are now official with our Secret Friends Unite website. We have a new hosting home at secretfriendsunite.com for all of our content. Now it's populating slowly, but you'll be able to go all the way back to the very first episodes of Secret Friends Unite in 2014 and do a whole binge fest of those. But certainly it'll be the home to all 34 episodes of this show so far, and all 50 something episodes of Co-op Mode, and the 12 or 13 episodes we have Holocron Chronicles. So, but it's going to be a place where we're going to have original content. I have a couple of photo galleries I put up of my own personal cosplay stuff. But it's Todd and Mark Carabin and myself as the official, major domos of Secret Friends Unite, with Erin and Rich as our esteemed collaborators. So you will get to see all of our pretty faces at that time.
Can you call us the peons on there?
I don't know. I will.
I don't think Rich and I would have any objection to that. And our peons.
I think we would
like
perfect.
it. Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if how Rich feels about you speaking for him, but he sounds like he likes it just fine.
I like
it.
Make it official peons, and we're good.
Official peon.
Yeah.
Official unlicensed peon. Well, anyway, we are launching this week into talking about the back half, the final 5 episodes of season 1 of Star Trek Discovery, which aired in the frosty winter of January in 2018. You will remember from a previous episode or last week's episode that in the episode 9 of season 1 of Discovery, the ship jumped away after slugging it out with Klingons at Pavo. And Erin, ask me again what they were doing at Pavo, and I bet I couldn't tell you. Just go ahead and ask me.
Who saved us?
I'm like, that was my biggest complaint. If you listen to last week's show, I'm like, I watched this season like 3 or 4 times. Why are they at this planet? They're messing around with this big crystal dildo. There's these stupid ghost weird people. It's just who saved us indeed.
You know what? I actually bought a crystal dildo right after I watched the episode. So if anything, motivation for purchasing.
Oh. Sweet Jesus. But anyway.
So product placement is what it was, right?
You're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm expecting those checks any day now. So, Rich, why don't you kick us off telling us about beginning Chapter 2 with Episode 10, Despite Yourself.
All right. Despite Yourself, Discovery's crew determines that they have arrived in a parallel mirror universe. Mirror universe. With Stamets now unconscious and unable to power the spore drive, Tyler confronts L'Rell, and she attempts to use a verbal cue to trigger something within him, though he fights this off. From a data core from a wrecked Klingon ship, they learn that this universe is ruled by the human Terran Empire, who are fighting the resistance that includes species such as Klingons and Vulcans. Here, Burnham is the former captain of the ISS Shenzhou. Did I say that right?
You did.
Shenzhou.
Close enough.
Okay. Presumed dead after an attack by the fugitive Lorca. The ISS Discovery is captained by Sylvia Tilly's counterpart, so
Tilly!
Killy.
So she and the crew pretend to be their mirror selves. They deliver Burnham and Lorca to the Shenzhou, under the ruse that Burnham has been hunting Lorca since her presumed death and now has captured him. Tyler accompanies them after first killing Culber when he informs What?
I said whoops.
Whoops. When he informs Tyler that he appears to have undergone major surgical modifications. On the Shenzhou, Lorca is tortured while Burnham assumes command.
I just want to say really quick,
winter.
guys, when you think of a disco, a stereotypical disco, you think of a mirror ball and people roller skating, and it's the mirror universe. So this works for me. Mirror universe, disco.
Whoa, Mirrorball. I can dig it. So
yeah, I can dig it. You can dig it. We can dig it.
Dig it. Let's dig it. Oh my God, we're going out of control. So, I mean, this is an episode. First of all, directed by Jonathan Frakes,
that's my first note. Jonathan Frakes! Exclamation points.
Exactly.
And so many exclamation points.
I know. So, I mean, when he touches something when it comes to Star Trek, it's going to be pretty much golden. But there was a lot of stuff happening in this episode that it's kind of hard in a lot of ways to mentally consider it an update of the Mirror Universe, because when we saw, like, even from the outfits, they don't make a lot of sense. Like when we meet Captain Pike and gang on the pre-Kirk Enterprise in season 2, they're wearing updated versions of the TOS uniforms. Okay, that's not what's happening with these Mirror Universe guys. They're wearing these like plated, weird, everything's shiny and dark at the same time.
No, everything's sexy. I love it. I was just yeah, all right.
You listen to the leather and the clinking and the clanking. So
I love it. I'm like, I need to get me one of these.
But it was like all of them are. It's like I love it how Connor, who is the leftover crewman who took over the ISS Shenzhou once Burnham disappeared, he's like, yeah, I'm tired of living in your shadow, and then he just tries to stab her to death, and they have this great fight, and I'm like, this is very Mirror Universe to me. This is really how things roll. So we get a little bit closer in this episode to figuring out the big picture of what's up with Lorca, and we're gonna figure that one out pretty quickly. But yeah, fast pace. You get
Lorca's accent though.
Right, yeah, he had to dance around a little bit with his accent too.
He did that Scottish accent. He sounded like Scotty. I loved it.
It was pretty good. Well, he sounded like Simon Pegg.
There was this one scene in it that they had where what's the medical guy's name? You know, the one that dies.
Culber.
I can't ever remember. Anyway,
yeah.
I love he had this whole scene where he had his like white medical uniform in sickbay, and all the displays were behind him, and it's all this like bluish shining. It was the most amazing visually scene. I loved it. Loved it. Everything, it was beautiful.
Everything is shiny and sexy in Discovery World, even more so in the Mirrorball universe.
Oh, I love shiny and sexy, so it was good.
Good stuff. I don't know, Rich, any thoughts on your regard?
You know what's it's odd. I just watched the Mirror episode from the original series as part of that list that we put together.
Right.
You are absolutely right. You're 100% right. I mean, 3 or 4 different people try to kill Kirk in that episode. Like, and it's a 50-minute episode. That's a lot of attempted murder in one episode.
I was just going to get a drink and stab. I was going to use the bathroom and stab. You know, geez, it's rough.
Did you get a good look at that Terran logo? They had that on the flag, and it's like a total mirror of Earth. Like it's like upside down and flipped.
Really? No,
yeah.
I haven't really studied it.
It was the first time I ever really looked at it, and they did a really good job of it. I was like, that's really cool, especially how they represented it there. And you can tell it's a mirror version, but it's also flipped upside down and a mirror version of our Earth and our symbol that we would have on the Federation flag. So it was pretty cool.
That's nuts. Oh my goodness.
I had one other thing real quick.
Yes, please.
I love Tilly. I think she's one of my favorite characters on the whole show. And
my God.
her having to assume that like her having to be a badass was hysterical and cute and funny. All
it was, and
time.
She did a really good acting job too, where she would like try really hard and she wasn't great at it, and she'd say something awkward a little bit, but she was still saying kind of badass things. Yeah. You're dead on with that.
My gosh. Well, moving on to episode 11, this would be The Wolf Inside, which is there's a great meme going around that has a picture of Chief O'Brien who says, sorry, transporter accident. When I beamed you up, there's actually 3 wolves inside of you. But anyway, Erin, this one's yours.
Okay, the wolf inside, the ISS Shenzhou is given the coordinates for a resistance leadership in order to kill them all. Burnham and Tyler traveled as a landing party themselves, instead surrender to the resistance in hopes of learning how the Klingons in this universe learn to work with other species. They find that the Mirror Vok is the leader. Burnham offers to give him the group time to escape to their base before their base is destroyed. The Mirror Sarah confirms she can be trusted after connecting her mind. Listening to Vok triggers Tyler's programming, and he has to be restrained. He doesn't have to be restrained. He's trying to kill somebody. Anyway, I don't like the way this is written. Back on the ship, he reveals to Burnham that he now knows he was once Vok and that he underwent surgery to appear human and infiltrate Starfleet. She has him beamed down into space, where he is picked up by the USS Discovery. Sarah and Tilly imprison him, having earlier found the body of Culber and apparently failed to heal Stamets using spores. Burnham is reprimanded for not killing the resistance leaders immediately by the Emperor, the Mirror Giorgio, who is always dressed so incredibly sexy. I want all of her outfits. Oh my God.
You. And they just, and as you'll see as things go on, even the evolution of a character, it's just always something black, even if it's just basic black. She's original black, everything, does not own anything with any kind of color unless it's dark highlights.
When they beamed down there and you saw I saw the Andorian and then they do the close up on him, and I had this whole disappointing moment where I'm like, oh, it's not Shran, because I wanted to see Shran so bad. I seen Andorian, I got excited, and then I'm like, nope, it's not Shran.
He would be all old and in a wheelchair though. He'd be ancient.
I don't know. He would be younger here, right?
No, because he was from Discovery. Or he was from Enterprise, which was 100 years before this. So you can't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't care. Maybe
how
they
long
age
do
well.
Andorians live? Yeah, I mean, how long do they live?
Well, you never find out. They're a warrior culture, so probably not very long.
I should know. No, I actually took that course on I completed Andorian college courses.
Well, then.
And I should know, but I don't.
You can get back to us about that, because that sounds interesting. So, crazy episode as always. We're continuing along the big reveal at the end where you see the Empress is a knockout, because obviously this is a character that, while we didn't get a lot of time to know her, that her immediate death like this in episode 2 was like, we're not really expecting where that to go. So obviously they always had a plan for this, the character and the character moves forward in kind of new and exciting ways from this point. So,
the next one we watch though, this is a total nod to Shakespeare. It's Macbeth. The title is pulled from Macbeth.
Before we get to that, Rich, any input on your regard?
Yes. Okay. So Vok and the whole situation with turning him, giving him plastic surgery to look like a human, I was a little disappointed that they didn't use that to kind of explain why there are human-looking Klingons in the original series.
Well, they didn't, though. They didn't give him plastic surgery to make him look human. They took a human and they changed the human.
Right. They made a photocopy of his brain.
Oh.
And they put a port on the back of his head, and the Ash Tyler frat guy. They plugged it into it. They plugged it into his brain. So yeah, he was more of a sleeper.
Yeah, so he's Ash Tyler. He's not like a Klingon that was changed. So
I must have misunderstood that.
They don't do a very good job of explaining it. And I was confused, so I actually had to go and read it when this first came out, because I don't understand what's happening here.
Okay.
And that's how I know. But they do a terrible, terrible, terrible job explaining this.
Well, that sucks, and it explains why they didn't say, well, this is how we have human Klingons, human.
Right.
And you would think it would tie to it. They could have done it that way. They just didn't.
Part of it to me is super. I mean, it's a super cool concept to create sleepers or whatever it is. But the Klingons and medical technology is just really not a thing, because it's like someone gets sick, they're just going to shoot you in the head.
Right.
So to think that they have this complicated medical procedure, it would seem like more of a thing that you'd see Romulans doing, because Romulans they're more like Vulcans, they're kind of sciencey, where the Klingons couldn't be any less sciencey. To be a Klingon science officer is like being a Klingon janitor or a Klingon lawyer. It's just, you suck at being a warrior, so now you got this other job.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I find that part of it kind of hard to swallow. So anyway, moving on, Erin. I know you are just chomping at the bit to talk about number 12.
It's not. This is for. Isn't this for Rich to read, or is this mine?
It's for Rich to read, so you're out of luck. So, Rich, I know you're excited to talk about number 12, Vaulting Ambition. So you go right ahead.
Vaulting Ambitions. Burnham and Lorca are summoned to the ISS Karen?
I think so.
Yeah, Karen. Weird. The Imperial flagship. Giorgio sends Luca? That's a song.
My name is Luca.
There it is.
I live on the second floor. Carry on.
No, keep going. I'm just kidding.
No.
I just blanked on the second verse.
No, don't do that.
I'm allergic.
She's allergic. Giorgio sends Lorca to a torturous agony booth and has dinner with Burnham.
Oh, how nice.
That's great. You're like, the agony booth. Bring me steak.
A steak, 8-course meal. Let's
Wait,
go.
they have dinner where they eat like ganglia.
Yes. Oh God. Yes.
Yeah,
I
think
think they're like eating saru. Yum
she's
yum.
like, I would be better off in the agony booth because the saru is very chewy. Anyway.
Stamets finds himself within the mycelial network with the consciousness of his mirror counterpart, learning that the network has been corrupted by the mirror Stamets' experiments. Stamets encounters a representation of Culber and accepts his loss before waking up to find his spore collection infected. Giorgio laments allowing Lorca to become a father figure to Burnham, only for the pair to fall in love and plot to overthrow her. That is a horribly written sentence.
I know the whole thing is horrible and it's way too long. So you can, if you get bored, just be like blah 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 and paraphrase.
Just skip ahead. Knock yourself out.
That's what I did last week.
Okay, so Giorgio trades the spore drive schematics for information on alternative ways to cross between universes, and it leads Burnham to realize that the Lorca that she knows is actually from the mirror universe, blowing everybody's mind.
Dun, dun, dun.
Big time.
Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, it was a shocker. I tell you, watching it for the first time, they pulled a rabbit out of their hat or out of their butt or out of something. That was an absolute shocker. I did not see this coming at all. Because again, you didn't really know that the mirror universe part was coming along, because that in and of itself was kind of a cool surprise. Though they do, again, what they have to do in any prequel, which is you have to kind of wend your way around existing canon the same way that Enterprise had to do it. You remember when we were talking about that first episode? Well, that first season, we got, the Ferengi were in there, but we didn't say them by name. And then in season 2 of Enterprise, the Borg were there, but they didn't say them by name. And so, they don't actually know, so, but yeah, so obviously we didn't know that was coming, and this comes up, and it's like, and then they said, and then they throw in that, well, when you're from the mirror universe, you have an extreme sensitivity to light. Well, I don't remember that ever coming up, and there were a half dozen mirror-related episodes between the original series and Enterprise, and a whole bunch of them on DS9. And nobody was walking around wearing sunglasses. That would have been sweet. The mirror Captain Sisko, who was the swaggering freighter captain badass, he could have been wearing the glasses like when he was on Spencer for Hire. Spencer! That would have been great. Oh, man. You know what? When they do DS9 again, they should George Lucas that shit, special edition it, go back, put sunglasses on Mirror Cisco. And so that he looks like a super badass. I want that. Give it to me.
That's nice. That's a good idea. I like that. And I can't believe you just made a Spencer for Hire reference. That's crazy.
All right. So other notes, guys. What else do you think about this episode? Who wants to go? Jump on in.
I have 2 notes. Did you guys? It is shorter, but I noticed when I'm watching it that this episode is really short. That's what my thought is.
Okay.
And then I was like, was I just really into it? No, not so much. It's not like a bad episode, but it wasn't great. So I went and looked up the playing time, and it's like 37 minutes.
Oh, that is
really?
Short.
It's like insanely short.
And that's so weird in kind of this, streaming environment of knowing kind of what you're in for, because it's like the Bad Batch that just started on Star Wars on Disney Plus. The first episode is 75 minutes.
We're not allowed to talk about Star Wars on here.
We have talked about Star Wars here, and we'll do it again, because I talk about Star Trek over when I'm on Holocron Chronicles with Mark, and I'm not in the room with him, but I assume in his polite Canadian way, he just nods and smiles. So you know what? Bottom line is, I do what I want. But at any rate, the first episode of Bad Batch was 75 minutes. Now the episodes are down to like 25 minutes, which is it's like 3 or 4 minutes longer than if it was on broadcast, which is usually like 22 minutes for a half hour or something with commercials. And so the running time of shows is when it's on streaming is like whatever. It's like whatever works. So
I wanted to read this to you guys. It says, I have no spur to pick the sides of my intent, but only faulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. That is William Shakespeare's Macbeth, where this got its title.
I know how excited you were to talk to us about that.
I know, I was.
Thank you very much.
I have more, but I'll just bring them up. I won't actually read them to you.
Okay. All right. So Rich, please.
A couple things. The ganglia thing where they were eating the ganglia.
Yum, yum.
I mean, I was kind of grossed out by that, you know.
I'll eat it.
I was already grossed out by him when he has them on him.
Right.
And now
you don't just want to take some chopsticks and pluck them out
I was going to say, Erin will eat it. She's not a foodie. She'll take on anything.
Yikes. And then the other thing that I loved was Stamets and Hugh getting to have this reconciliation, or this kind of a, I don't know if it was a reconciliation. It was kind of a moment.
This magic moment.
Yeah, but
this magic moment.
Now she's singing. Whoa. Oh my God, here we go.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to start a quartet. We need a fourth.
It won't be Todd.
It won't be Todd. But I thought that it was touching, and it was sad at the same time. Like that whole thing really. That whole thing hit me hard. I don't know why it hit me so hard, but like I wasn't expecting Hugh to die that quickly. Of course, know, we all know he comes back, but
right.
At the time I didn't. Sorry. No, but I didn't know that at the time.
No, we're allowed to spoil. Everybody's seen this shit. No one cares.
Of course, yeah, this is an episode from 3 years ago, so I think we're good.
And Charlie needs to rewatch the rest of it anyway, because there's some stuff at the end that he doesn't know. So
I kind of tune out from time to time, so that's all right. Anyway, episode 13. Who's up? Erin, you're up.
Oh, 13. The War Without, the War Within.
That's 14. That's 14.
Am I on the wrong one?
Yes, 13 was fastest prologue.
Oh, you're right.
More Shakespeare.
Sorry. I've got it. Lorca frees his old crew who have been tortured since his disappearance, and with the help of Mirror Stamets, they are able to kill those loyal to Giorgio and usurp her throne. She goes into hiding while Burnham also evades the capture and contacts the Discovery. They all agree to a plan which Burnham lowers the containment field around a large energy source originating from the mycelial network. The Discovery will then arrive to destroy the energy source, causing an explosion, which they can ride into the mycelial network through which Stamets could navigate them home. My God, these sentences are long.
It's not a run-on sentence. It's at warp speed.
That's a warp speed sentence.
Giorgio agrees to help Burnham. They attack Lorca's group. Shortest sentence ever. Rejected, they defeated by Burnham. Lorca is killed by Giorgio, who offers to sacrifice herself to allow Burnham's escape. The latter instead takes Giorgio with her, and they are beamed into the Discovery, and the Charon is destroyed. Back in their own universe, the Discovery crew learns that they have arrived 9 months after they left, and in the meantime, the Klingons have nearly won the war.
Womp womp. So
oh my God,
there's a lot going on here. Yeah, we're fixing things up. We're stabbing people. Guys are falling out of the holes in the ship. You fall out of the moon door and then down into the laser ball or something. So the Charon, that's a crazy ship. So yeah, there's a lot of people. It's like we're in the mirror universe and we're leaving. So let's see if we can kill everybody, because it's kind of what happens.
That's what I would do.
Erin, you had your girlfriend, Commander Landry, back for a minute, so I'm sure that was bittersweet for you to let her go.
Yeah, it was. I noticed something else. What's the girl with all the fake stuff on her face?
Arnhem or Arium?
Yeah, I bet this like from an acting perspective, this is like a dream for her because when she's in the Mirror Universe, she doesn't have to wear it.
She's just regular, and you end up seeing her. They actually changed actresses for that role, and it seems like the former actress became part of the bridge crew as herself. I would have to look this up, but there's a weird thing with Arium. There's back and forth with actresses, and actually the first actress, I think her name was Sarah Middich or something like that, was at our local show back in 2018 with Doug Jones. So actually I got to go to the panel, but I got to meet Doug Jones, who was like almost my favorite celebrity of all time. Holy cow, was he awesome.
No, I'm not talking about Arium. I'm talking about she's
the con officer. Right?
Oh, you're talking about Detmer.
Yeah, Detmer.
Yeah, you're right, because she doesn't have the
she has all that stuff on all the time, but then when you see her in the Mirror Universe, these have to be like great scenes for her because she doesn't have to wear all that stuff.
Yeah, big time. All right. Well, anyway, the thing I said about Arium is absolutely correct. So
I believe you.
Quote me on that. So anyway, what did you guys think of this one, Rich?
It was all right. It was action, so it was fine. But I don't know. I mean, it was the escape, right? That was. Right. So I don't know. After the episode prior. It kind of paled in comparison, after the episode prior. It was like, meh, I mean, what? Okay, well, sure, they're going to kill him now, but. Yeah,
there was a big punch up and some shooting, and everybody was kung fu fighting, and yippee.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Erin.
So fast as lightning.
Okay. Oh my God. This is all singing, all dancing. Erin, your thoughts on 13, please.
I didn't have any. I didn't particularly enjoy this episode. I mean, my only comment was literally that the title of this is from The Tempest, William Shakespeare, another William Shakespeare. But yeah, I got nothing to say. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was like kind of meh for me.
Meh. Well, why don't you meh us into number 14?
Ooh, number 14, The War Without, The War Within. But this is Rich's to read, so no thank you.
It is?
Well, yeah, you see how bad we are at this? Rich, it's your turn.
Oh,
I'm good at it. I remember.
Right.
The Discovery is boarded by Cornwell and Sarek, who explain that the Klingon houses remain divided and fight between themselves to see who can destroy more Federation assets. The only safe refuge for Starfleet beyond Earth is now Starbase 1, and they warp there with Cornwell assuming command. After emergency surgery performed by L'Rell, Tyler is now has his personality back, but can still access Vok's memories. Burnham is unable to forgive his actions as Vok. The crew finds Starbase 1 conquered by a Klingon house, and the remainder of Starfleet's command withdraws to protect Earth. Giorgio tells Burnham that she defeated the Klingons in their mirror universe with a surprise attack on their home world of Kronos, and Cornwell agrees to replicate that now. To jump into Klingon territory, Stamets terraforms a desolate moon to grow a new crop of spores so they can use the spore drive. Giorgio tells Sarek and Cornwell that other essential information she has, and they have her pose as Captain Giorgio to lead the mission.
Wow.
You know what? This slid in there yet another planet. Like, why do we waste any time going to some dumbass planet?
Yeah,
we need more spores or whatever. This is just Crystal Dildo all over again.
It is. Annoying ass kids, crystal dildos everywhere. You know what though? When this opens and they're back, and then that admiral like beams onto their crew and they all have their weapons drawn. Wow, we talked about this last week, but the admiral, she's a badass. I loved her.
Jane Brooke from Don't Tell Your Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
I know, I said that last week, but holy shit,
some other movie that my friend pointed out to me that I can't remember the name of the movie. But anyway, yes, I like her, and again, in season 2, she makes the noble sacrifice. And again, with admirals in Star Trek, they're a plot device to just to be the annoying child. They're the annoying child version of a plot device.
I can't wait until we do season 2.
I know.
Oh, man.
I can't freaking wait.
Unfortunately, It's a long way coming around, but we will get there.
It's coming. Maybe we should just do more of these.
We will see, but again, we will see. But yes, what's nice with Picard is that we get to do the first season all in one shot because it's only 10 episodes. But anyway, yeah. So that, I don't know, Rich, what did you think? Are we just kind of is it a bridge filler for you the way it was for me?
Yeah, it kind of felt that way. I do. The going to the planet, the desolate moon, and terraforming it made me think of Genesis for some reason. I don't know why. But
yeah, why wouldn't
not sure why, but
the terraforming, all of it, the whole thing.
Right. So much terraforming. I love it.
Oh, he was being sarcastic. I get it.
I was being sarcastic. Sorry. And yeah, I don't know. It just felt like, okay, get to the point, guys. It felt like they were stretching it out to 15 episodes. Maybe they could have.
You were like, let's wrap. You were like the third base coach. Let's go, wrap it up.
Not anybody wrap it up. My wrap it up button.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When you said, I thought it was like third base.
It says wrap it up.
I thought you meant like third base, like the band, and I thought we were gonna have another little sing along, and I was excited.
Go for it. Give me a verse of the Gas Face. I'm listening. I love that shit. That was me and my best buddy in high school. That was our jam.
That was my shit too.
Oh my God. So anyway, so we finally get to the end of the road. We're just singing, babe. Episode 15. Will you
I
take
can't let
hand?
go. I can't let go.
We were having too much fun. Okay, who's reading this one? Erin, this is you.
That's Erin. Tyler suggests that a drone enter Kronos' underground dormant volcanic systems to covertly search the planet for targets. Discovery jumps to a cave near the system's entrance, and a party of Giorgio, Burnham, Tilly, and Tyler pose as traitors. Tilly discovers that the volcanic system is active and that the drone, that's in quotes, Giorgio has is a hydro bomb.
Ooh.
Boom. Burnham, and then Tilly gets high. We don't say that, but that happens. It's funny.
Puff, puff, don't pass.
Oh my.
Burnham confronts Cornwell, who admits that detonating the bomb in the active volcano will annihilate all of life on Kronos, winning the war. Burnham insists that Starfleet not commit genocide and convinces Giorgio to give up the detonator in exchange for her freedoms. They give the detonator to Laurel, who uses the threat of mass destruction to unite the Klingon houses under her leadership and end the war. The Discovery crew are hailed as heroes, and Burnham is issued a full pardon and restored to the rank of commander. That was my favorite part of this episode, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
And I love how Burnham is right up there with Captain America and giving those bomb-ass speeches. She just she never stops giving wicked-ass speeches. But anyway.
Tyler chooses to remain with Laurel. After Discovery warps to Vulcan to pick up its new captain and receives a distress call from Captain Pike of the USS Enterprise. I loved this episode.
Yes.
And I was so happy with her record being expunged because it was too harsh of a punishment to begin with, which we talked about last week.
So dumb.
It was so redeeming for me in that moment. I loved this episode to the point where I made a bunch of little notes. Well, I have 3, but...
Okay. Well, why don't you
Three's a bunch.
Why don't you give us your 3 bunch of notes?
Sorry, it's 4.
Oh, then forget it.
So the UFP sign that we see is bilingual. It's the first one that I've ever seen bilingual. Like, you know how here we have bilingual signs everywhere. It'll be written in English and Spanish and like something else. They have a bilingual UFP sign, which I thought was really cool. You never see that. It's always in English.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I noticed that the Centurion slugs that they're cooking on are the same ones from the Wrath of Khan that they put into Chekhov's ear.
Oh, the SETI Alpha Eats? Yeah, nice.
They were?
Yeah.
I missed that. Wow. That's amazing. That's a great detail. I missed that.
Holy cow.
Sometimes I say smart things.
Sometimes.
I liked the Pike spoiler.
Ooh.
Yes.
And I'm excited that the next episode is going to be Reno.
I know. I love Reno.
I do too. God. She's the best.
She's fantastic.
Are we saying?
Good.
Are we saying that we should? You're killing me. Oh, you guys, I'm dying. Oh, I got one of those SETI slugs. Are you saying that we should bump the schedule and jump forward and do Discovery season 2?
I would love that. Can we do that?
I'd do it.
All right, we put it to a vote then. I'm changing the schedule.
No, I vote we do it like within the next week. Like a midweek thing. We just get it out there because I love it so much. I'm so fired up to do it. I would love it.
Well, I would think we would want to stick to the regular schedule, but we'll discuss it offline. But I'm in favor of because you know what it keeps me and Rich from having to talk about Star Trek the Animated Series.
We can push that back. I'm fine with it.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk with you guys about it too. I'll just say I didn't watch it.
You get to the next episode, didn't watch it, and then we're on to episode 8, didn't watch it.
Well, that'll just be my input. Sorry, guys, didn't watch it. And then you just talk the whole time.
What it could be, Charlie, is you and I describing the episode to Erin, and Erin reacting in horror, because
Erin could just be like,
really,
that's dumb.
Dodged a bullet there.
I don't like that. Not watching that. That's stupid.
I would say I'd ask you like honest questions, but I would probably say the whole time that's dumb.
Oh my God, that's dumb. So anyway, to wrap up, my thoughts and Rich's thoughts. A lot of people at the time complained that this is like any season finale, like they wrapped everything up in 20 minutes. And it's like, they did so much this season, though, that the real wrap up, the real conclusion is exactly what Erin said. It's the redemptive arc of Michael Burnham. You know, she gets her life back. She's headed on a new course. The other thing, and I said this to April when we were watching, and I'm like, what the hell happened with the guy they were going to pick up? Is he just like, is it like waiting for an Uber? He's like, our starship has dropped out of warp in the Vulcan system. And
they don't care about him.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, who for all they know, it could have been somebody important, and they're like, well, no, we got to go do this thing now, because season 2, while it's really awesome, is really just very much a side quest. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's a great side quest. They go and they look for Spock, and you've got Christopher Pike, and like, oh my God, like I have such a crush on him, and so does Charlie. So it's awesome. True.
He's very handsome. Rich, your notes on the end of the season?
I loved it. I loved the last episode. If I had gotten here faster, I'd have been even more happy. But
right.
We have consensus. Yeah. We all just loved it.
It was great. It was great. Again, you guys already talked about this. The redemption arc for Burnham is fantastic. I have one quibble, and that is that they had yet another opportunity to explain why there are different looking Klingons, and they didn't.
Oh, you hate that.
Pardon my French.
And Rich, I will tell you that because you've just seen the first season of Enterprise, that is actually fully explained in the 4th season of Enterprise. I'm not kidding. It really is.
All right. Okay.
It really is. So if you don't want to wait, let me know, and you can. I'll give you the names of the episodes you're going to have, because it's a 2-parter. You can hop ahead. Okay. And that will clarify all of that. So I understand your frustrations. It's one of Star Trek's oldest. It's been Star Trek's oldest hang-up since 1979.
Whoa. Rich is brand new to something?
Enterprise. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Rich, I love that. I'm jealous.
Oh, and Erin, you didn't watch Enterprise until just a couple of years ago, because you were the lone holdout.
So I remember what it's like to be brand new, and I'm also the holdout to, what's the new animated series called? I don't remember.
Oh, Lower Deck. Because I'm trying to get you to watch it. Well, we're supposed to be talking about that when it comes on again. So.
I am in the process of watching that, but it seems very like Family Guy to me. So I like it sometimes, but I struggle with them. Like, why does everything have to be like Family Guy? Like, that show sucks.
Especially the Star Wars episodes, Rich.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did the show about that. All right, moving along to the news. We have 3 news stories. I've kind of made the command decision that we're going to be an unaffiliated affiliate of the website StarTrekMovie.com, because I follow their podcast. I find them to be very reputable, so I like them as a news source, because their stuff doesn't tend to be like, our sources, we got discovered.com, which anybody who knows the sound of my voice knows that there is nothing that irritates me more. And
we do whatever Charlie says.
Rich and I had a little bit of a moment earlier this week when he tried to share something with me that had our source. When I clicked through, it was "we got this covered." So it's okay. It's okay.
They buried it.
Yeah. Now Rich has had his redemptive arc, so it's okay. Yay. But anyway, story number 1 is our beloved Kate Mulgrew reveals Star Trek Prodigy setup and the introduction of hologram Janeway. Oh my God. Yay. So animated Star Trek Prodigy is coming sometime later this year. My gut tells me like 4th quarter. I don't know. This is like October, November, December.
Did they explain like how she's a hologram yet?
Well, that's what this article is about. So let's educate ourselves together. So since the show was first announced, we've known that Prodigy will follow a motley crew of young aliens who find and commandeer a derelict Starfleet ship and in the Delta Quadrant, which is really very interesting, or at least that's the buzz on it. Off on adventures, navigating the greater galaxy in search of a better future. Last month it was revealed the kids will be helped along by the ETH, or the Emergency Training Hologram, in the form of Captain Janeway, voiced by Kate Mulgrew. Woo!
Yeah.
Yep, she did a video talking about it while promoting another show that she's on. When she's just talking about she's going to be the wise oracle that is going to show these kids who are they're escapees, so they escape from a planet in an obscure part of the galaxy, which again is supposed to be the Delta Quadrant, but it's the non-Borg part of the Delta Quadrant. It's out there ways. And yeah, she's gonna kind of guide them. So what an amazing rebirth for this character, though I do have to say it irks me to no end in this art. You see Kate on the left, looking beautiful for a woman of any age, but certainly she's aged very well. But the hologram version of her has no rank, Pips. What the hell? But
she's a hologram. So she doesn't have a rank.
The Doctor didn't have a rank.
The doctor, right. But it's hard to think about that because it's Janeway and she's very iconic as captain. So this is awesome. And I have to imagine if this is something that's going to come out, this year, that we're going to get a drop date soon. Looks like the series is set to be placed in the year 2383, 5 years after Voyager returns from Earth, and 4 years after the events of Star Trek Nemesis, in which Kate had a cameo, and this would put this about through like 2 or 3 years after what's going on Lower Decks right now. So.
Oh my God! I just peeked ahead to the next article, Rich. Look at it.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
Oh, I guess that means done. Anyway, any thoughts about the show? I know that cartoons are not for you, Erin, but I assume as a matter of professional discourse, you'll be watching it with us. I hope.
I'm gonna try to watch it with my daughter. She's going to be 7 when it comes out, so I think that this is going to be something we do together, and I'm really excited about that.
Good deal. Rich, I know you're no stranger to tunes. You enjoy tunes.
Yep, I'll watch it, and I mean, okay, so I wasn't really that interested until I found out that Janeway was going to be in it. Janeway is one of my favorite captains, so right. I'm in. I'm all in now.
It's got a hook. Well, let me satisfy my cohorts here, and we'll move on.
Thank you.
To the next story, which would be about the wrapping of season 4 of Discovery, which was notably delayed by a COVID case that happened within the general sphere of the cast. But obviously, 2 weeks went by, and they obviously were close enough to being done, so it's not a big deal. But production continues with Tig Notaro returning as Jet Reno just before.
I love that picture of her, too. She's so freaking cool, man.
She's like, well, you want to talk about freaking cool. Just before I jumped on here, April and I were watching, it's a Netflix premiere of Army of the Dead. It's a zombie flick. And Rich, you're a big movie guy, so this probably is not, and we talked about it over on SFU, Todd and I did, but It's got Dave Bautista with the ragtag group that's trying to pull off a heist in zombie-infested Las Vegas. Well, Tig Notaro is the helicopter pilot who's supposed to fly them all away.
Oh, fun.
And she's a super badass in there smoking a cigar with the Tom Cruise shades on. I mean,
with her teeth. That's
go
cool.
Watch it when we're done here. But yeah, clearly this is awesome news. It's my guess that Discovery could air when Lower Decks ends. So perhaps October, November of this year, the same way it did last year. That's my guess. That's my hope. And if Prodigy is on at the same time, it's going to be the first time ever that we've had not simply 3 shows in production, because DS9 and TNG and the beginning of Enterprise, or the beginning of Voyager in 1994 were all going on at the same time production-wise, but they weren't all on the air together. These 3 could be on the air, which is kind of an anachronism because there's no air left. It's just digital bits. They could all be on the digital bits together.
It says here that she complained that the actress wanted to limit her time traveling to Toronto due to her health concerns during the pandemic, which I certainly don't blame her for. But she's my favorite character, so I just want to see her.
I know, and she is a cancer survivor, by the way. So
right, so she's super high freaking risk. I don't blame her.
Exactly. And then, as we know, just by talking to Rob, who is our regional coordinator, that in Ontario, COVID is just it's rampant. So you can
it's
totally
so
see
bad.
You can totally see why any of them would have concerns. So
He finally, he got a vaccine.
that's awesome.
He got the Pfizer vaccine because,
Nice.
as we know, most of the people in Canada are getting the AstraZeneca because the United States decided they don't want that vaccine.
Oh,
so
great.
That's
Here you go, Canada.
That's exactly what it's like. Like, we don't want this. Here you go. And they're desperate, so they'll take it.
Oh, my goodness.
and that's partially Joe Biden's fault, even though I love Joe Biden, but like he signed something that kind of screwed Canada over. Anyway, so he got his first Pfizer vaccine, and I'm really happy to see like younger, healthy people able to get vaccines in Canada finally.
Yeah.
Right. Exactamundo. So that's cool. So I'm waiting for an announcement of those cool new uniforms. The uniform vendor that you and I use, Erin, that Bexagen that I've referred to it.
It's so good.
They have produced the Admirals version of season 3, but they've immediately changed the uniform. So I think that might be one that I skip, even if they produce the regular officers.
Do they have Mirror Universe uniforms?
No.
I know where you're going with this.
I want to wear like this leathery, sexy stuff all the time.
You would have to go there. Are vendors out there, but again, we'll call them Cosmart because that's the name of the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Cosmart doesn't have that. I often stick with them because their stuff is of good quality. It's good material.
It's so breathable.
The fit is very accurate. Where when you go to kind of the open seas or the black market on eBay, you don't know what the hell you're getting. I've gotten so much black market weird bullshit uniforms from eBay that I just stick with Cosmart. That's all that I do. So anyway, I'm waiting for them to do these season 4 uniforms because they bring back some color, which I like. And so, I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, very fired up about this. But it says again, the very comprehensive Star Trek Discovery Season 4 is expected to arrive later this year. Well, thanks for nothing. So
they're going to give us plenty of Reno the whole time. That's great. What's this next article about? Is this some sort of cartoony thing?
It's this is kind of the sweet spot for Rich and myself because not only Rich and I had a conversation about this, but the gentlemen who are authoring this basically in the comics, which are non-canonical, admittedly, what was established is that within the Mirror Universe future of the 24th century, which we saw in DS9 with the Klingon Cardassian alliance, where Major Kira with this again leather clad total badass. She looked great. That was all happening in around DS9 and Cardassian stuff. Well, back at Earth, there has been an ongoing series that ends up crossing over with the Next Generation that explains to us that the Terran Empire does still exist, but it's just basically Earth's solar system. That's it. So in that they had the whole first series was that Picard is still in command of the Stargazer because it's one of the only ships left. And then he uncovers that they build a ship, which is basically the All Good Things Enterprise with the 3 nacelles, which is also the Grand Petoskey. That's our fan club ship. And it's a whole series. And in the second part of it, they cross over, and the main bad guy is Barclay, which is awesome. I mean, it's really a good...
Mirror Universe Barclay.
So anyway, with this saying, but a couple of really exciting things about this is that they're launching a year-long arc called The Mirror War, which is going to be a continuation of the storyline. I know Rich and I have kind of talked about not only following this and kind of breaking it down on a weekly basis, or a monthly basis, I should say, because it comes out once a month, but the writers of this are Scott and David Tipton. And Scott Tipton, I was on the Scotch Trekker YouTube channel, which Erin has also been on, in an episode that he and author David Mack were on probably 2 or 3 months ago. And he and I got to talking. He's very receptive to working with Rich and I, so we're going to read some of his stuff, and we're going to do an episode where we interview him and talk to him about his work.
I'm glad we just plugged Dan because I really like the show that he does. It's really, really good. I appreciate it a lot.
Well, he's gotten some big talent. So that's good bit. Scott, the Scottish Trekker, you can look it up on social media. It's certainly on Facebook. You can also find it on YouTube. But I'm excited about this. I'm excited to talk. He was great on this show, and he's great on Facebook. Go out there and friend him because I believe he accepts absolutely everybody. But he does great posts. He's a comic book guy going way back when. So again, for comic book guys like Rich and I, we're totally down with this. So I'm really excited about this. So it looks like this is going to drop for us in August. So, Rich, I'll foot the bill of subscribing to it, and yeah, unless you want to do the same. But regardless, we'll both read it on Comixology.
Well, I've already got my guy pulling it for me at my shop. So.
No, there you go. In my shop. My.
Right.
Well, I've got to go ahead. Go ahead.
Check this out. I just came across a news article, and I'm only going to read the headline. Star Trek TNG episode where Dr. Crusher bones the ghost that boned her grandma is humanity's greatest cultural achievement.
Oh my God. Todd and I used to work with a recurring guest of mine, who is a friend of mine who has since moved out of the area and kind of dropped off the scene. So when he's here anymore, but her name was Marjorie Steele, and she was a big Trekker. And she actually did a lot of work with April and I at our local con a couple of years in a row where she would do panels and stuff with us. She loves to talk about that episode, and she gave Beverly a nickname, Dr. Beverly Cruncher.
Beverly Cruncher.
Deal with that shit. That is, and I miss Jory if you're out there.
I hate that episode so
absolutely miss hearing from you because you knew. But no, she moved out to a farm somewhere and is she's doing country living, I think, off the grid. So, Marjorie, if somehow you hear my voice, I hope you're doing okay. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. So, but anyway, that's the end of the show. So who is doing the honors for taking us the hell out of here?
It is Rich's turn.
The golden throat. Do it.
The golden throat.
For more information about Starfleet International in Michigan and beyond, please visit the USS Grand Petoskey and or the USS Nomad on Facebook. The Code 47 podcast is part of the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network and is produced by Todd Oxtra.
Oh, yes, our little buddy. Well, friends, thank you as always for joining us. I mean, it's a very exciting week, certainly here on this show, because we've got the three of us as a trilogy. Guys, I think we really blew it up. This is a great dynamic having the three of us on together. I think we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of singing. There was a lot of talk about singing, crystal dildos, who will save us. I mean, there's all kinds of great stuff going on. But at any rate,
I sing a lot. So
me
this
too.
is only going to get worse.
It is, you know, and I a bit for bit, it's the same for me. But at any rate.
But my musical knowledge is like your Star Trek knowledge, if not more. Like, it's insane.
My musical knowledge is like my Star Trek knowledge, which is like my musical knowledge. So we will talk offline. I will
take you on musical trivia anytime.
I like
Let's do this.
But at any rate, this is, of course, one of 4 great programs on the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network. Every Monday, you get Code 47, which is this show. Every Friday, you get the delightful Secret Friends Unite original recipe. That would be Todd Extra and myself talking about geek culture at large. Alternating Wednesdays, you get Co-op Mode, which is Todd and our friend Mark Carabin, the Canardian, talking about video games. And on the other Wednesday, you get Mark and myself talking about Star Wars on the Holocron Chronicles. And again, you can find us really on any website or any podcasting hosting service of your choice. Please rate us, give us 5 stars if you enjoy the show. That really does help with the visibility. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we have a website and we're so excited about it. SecretFriendsUnite.com. Eventually it will have every episode that we've ever released of all 4 shows. Great original content, including a bunch of different cosplay photos that I've released in albums. That's my contribution so far. But you'll be seeing fanfic, you'll be seeing reviews, you'll be seeing contributions from all 5 of us, I hope, if that is something that ends up being the case. So anyway, we're super excited about that. Please go bookmark the website and look for new content all the time. We're over on Twitter at Secret Friends U. Drop us a line, anything that you're thinking about, Star Wars, Star Trek, geek culture in general, video games. We want to hear about it, and we want to talk about it on one of our shows. We do have a wonderful shop over on TeePublic. All of your favorite Secret Friends wares, different logos from the shows. We've even got a couple of things coming up to promote the website. Not this week, but no, it is this week. This upcoming Memorial Day weekend, another one of their sale windows, up to 35% off. T-shirts.
35, wow.
35, I know.
Well, but that makes a T-shirt like $15. $13.
Oh my
gosh. Wow, that's
so
cheap.
And the benefit, look at you selling the shit out of it.
I know.
The benefit there is that does go right back to support the show and the website and what it costs to put the show out. So we are very grateful for that, and then for certainly promoting the shows as well. But yeah,
and there are stickers too.
Yeah, T-shirts, hoodies, notebooks, wall art, pillows.
What about coffee mugs?
They have coffee and tumblers. I love it.
Oh my
she's just
gosh.
lobbing me all these softballs. It's
Those
good
Charlie,
are
are there
so
hats?
many.
shut up, Rich. I want to hear your
Rich.
bullshit.
Rich, why? We're doing a thing here. Come on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you know what? If Todd was here, he would ask about hot pants again. So it's just like don't poke. Stay in your lane, buddy. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke.
Tumblers for my whiskey.
Oh, not that kind of tumbler. But you did not change the name of this episode of Crystal Dildos. That's gonna get us flagged on the on YouTube in Indonesia because it's already happened. But with that, everybody, thank you again for joining us. I'm going to tell you, as always, that sharing is caring, and keep on trekking.
Hopla.
Don't watch the Kelvin universe. It sucks.